I'm back with another stream here for you, going live at the moment, starting the game. Hopefully some people will show up from YouTube and other places, and maybe even some Facebook friends will come online today. I know I've been talking to a couple people, so thank you everybody for following me, whoever of you is new over the last day. Really appreciate the support, and glad I can entertain people, even if you don't watch the whole stream. If you just catch little bits here and there, that's okay too. We're ready to start the next episode here. Chapter 2. No, still Chapter 1. Scenario 1 happens to have 6 chapters in it. Every chapter is that much further in the story, so you'll know we're quite a ways in once we get to Chapter 3, 4. Currently still in Chapter 1. So still trying to get back home. We've been trapped away from home in a town called Sarabad and escaped that place. Now we're here in this quiet little village of Bulzome. We escaped Sarabad and made our way over here. And we're about to go and see what's going on with these monks. The masked monks attacked us in the last town, and we'll follow up with that. Before we do, I'm going to pop over to this little house over here and activate a side quest, or as close to side quest as I get. Talk to Duncan. Tells you little boy Toby, and then tells you all about Albright. But you don't know it's Albright until you find Albright. Oh, and always good to pick up the map here. One of these shelves has a couple of coins, I thought. Oh, maybe not. Just some junk today. Was it a barrel? Something in here has something. Might have just been the chest. That's still pretty good. Oh, no, medical herb there. That's nice. That's supposed to be a stack of wood. Guess he has a lot of fires. Oh, what's going on my phone? Ooh. My phone wants me to stream information from my phone. No thanks. Much rather stream on my computer. Can't get through here, although you can have a look, and if that monk's close enough, you can talk to him through the fence. It's been done before. Nothing any of those. Oh, those monks are scaring people. That's not good. Oh, who's this guy? Another main character, eh? Oh, lost his army. Republican soldiers. Soldiers of my own people. They are decimated here. Oh, I can't even look in this barrel because it's referencing that guy on the ground. The shield on the wall to represent the Republic. Guessing that's what that's for. I don't know why else it would be there. I didn't know the Republic had a shield as its little symbol, but sure. Oh. Bulzome and Bulzome. So apparently the people of Bulzome are believing in a light or a god of light, something along those lines. And Bulzome preaches believe in the darkness, and the Bulzome sect is, yeah. Am I looking for something? Many wars, eh? Well, it stands to reason that I'll be fighting many wars anyway. Since, yeah, gonna go through a bunch of wars to get home, and then a bunch of wars after that. So once you get home, there's a bunch of misunderstandings. So within the same town, there's two different sets of barracks. One's for the Republic and one's for the Imperial. This is the Imperial barracks. And then there's also still room for your guys, which are over here, which we already explored before, I believe. I think I should have gone in there when I first got to town, gave my stuff away. I usually do that the first time I arrive at any town. I know we went straight to the church because I was getting pretty tired, so. That was the last time we had, I was talking to somebody on Twitch here, Shenanigans 1930. He also is broadcasting a Shining Force game. He's playing Shining Force 2. And he wanted to give a shout out to me, so I'm giving a quick shout out back to him here on the channel. If anybody were on the stream, I might even actually post a link or anything, but you can check him out through my followers list, or again, you can look him up on the just on the browse. Again, that was Shenanigans 1930. SHENANIGANS 1930. Shout out to you for being a fellow Shining Force fan and player. Being on Twitch, it's awesome to be able to broadcast our favorite games, and people who love Shining Force are all a pretty awesome group, in my opinion, from what I've seen. It's nice to be able to go back and revisit the old ones too. I haven't played number 2 in almost 20 years. It's been a long time. Okay, well, we're near Dwarf's Valley because we're near a lot of the monsters. Yeah. We might not get to ride the train. Especially if I find the money you're stashing somewhere. Watch it be in one of these barrels and 100 gold. Feel so guilty stealing these people's money. They just want to ride the train. Yeah, I think I found 10 coins in this first box or something though. Still feel bad. Don't really. NPCs don't have to worry about pretty much anything, so take from them what you need. That's what they're there for. This is why we play video games, right? Steal from NPCs and kill all the bad guys, take all the loot. See a shiny sword on the wall and you want the shiny sword? Go get the shiny sword. No, don't want the shiny sword? Leave it there. Sure there's better weapons that you can find somewhere else? At the next guy's house. Oh. There's a graphics glitch. I found one. Top left hand corner there, there's some kind of barrel or something when you zoom in and out and around. Item in the background that you're not supposed to see or be able to touch. I think it's a barrel. Doesn't really matter though. Here's Toby. Well, so that's one of the other. That's part of that side quest I was telling you about. If you don't talk to Toby after you talk to Duncan, you won't be able to recruit Albright after you talk to the monks. So that's why we're doing this kind of in this order, and I've been avoiding this building over here. Because in this back building here, that's where the monks are. So we don't want to talk to them until we're absolutely done everything else in town, because we won't be able to come back and do anything else in town. Ah, that's funny. Oh, a whopping 5 gold. There's one fire you look into at some point in the game where you find a large mithril, so I can't remember where it is, I just saw it look in every fireplace. Interesting NPC family. Did I do that thing with the stuff yet? Yeah. So I bought him a knife. Turns him into a dagger user, which is great. The primary reason I wanted to give him a knife was because daggers eventually become ranged weapons. So remember I was telling you about, we were talking a little bit about ranged versus melee attack. You'll have Darian the entire game. You get to play with him all the time. And if he gets to be a few levels lower, then the monsters are a little weaker for your higher guys to beat up. Not so bad for your lower guys to catch up. So it's okay for him to fall behind a little bit in XP and stuff, and primarily I want to use him for opening attacks. I want him to hit a guy, so another guy can come up behind him and hit him from over his shoulder, such as an archer. Or I want him to be the guy who hits second and doesn't kill and lets a third guy attack for the kill. Because he can actually attack at a range too. So we have a guy going in, hitting a guy in melee range. Then he comes up behind and does range 2. And then my long range archers come up and do range 3. And with enough of that combat strategy, you can always kill people. There are very few people in game that need 3 hits. And by the time you get powerful enough to 3-hit guys, you'll be pretty much killing them anyway. The only other thing might be that you might need a magic spell to finish them off, and range 4 magic is not that unheard of. Lightning 3, I think, does range 4. So it can be pretty easy to get that stuff going once you've got enough magic. Plus, you don't always have MP. If you blow all your MP on ranged spells, then you don't necessarily have it for close range combat afterwards either. So having more ranged people is always going to be better. Again, so now we've gotten all the stuff set up and figured out. We're going to go in here, save one more time before we deal with the monks. Oh, we do have somebody on the stream. Hello, how's it going today? So we're continuing on. Oh, I guess I chose not to continue there actually. Let's just take a second here. Just a little absent-minded there. Got somebody in the chat. Hoping they'll say hi. Hello, viewer. How are you today? No, maybe not. Silent viewer, cool. We'll just continue on. Continuing on, unless you can't hear me, in which case I would also like to have a notification of that. Hopefully you can. I think I can hear me. Pretty sure the mic was turned on. So here we're going to talk to all these people. They're all going to be very nice except for the monks. Even they're going to be nice. But only so nice. They're not super polite people, but so even these monks are lying, because even they're saying that the Republic stole the Emperor. We know the truth. We know that it was the monks that stole the Emperor, because we saw them. But they're trying to spread this lie, and the more effective the lie is, the more likely that the Republic will be blamed, and the Empire will come and attack the Republic. The Empire is very powerful and has a lot of soldiers and a lot of tactical advantage. So if they do decide to wipe them out, the Republic will go pretty quickly. So it's unfortunate that there's so much negativity coming from these monks about the Republic. They're spreading this lie over and over again that it was us, but we're going to try to get to the bottom of it with Benetram, because they tried to use Benetram as the excuse, and Benetram is actually with us. Can I see you're busy making dinner? Yeah, I just wanted to check the barrel. Thank you. So Benetram's actually with us, so we can actually go and try to prove his innocence. And yeah, we are Darien. Yeah, tell me not to go there. So in the back there, you can kind of see another room. We can't get to that room right now because it's being blocked. It's actually a hidden passage. Oh, I forgot about that. That's neat. So we heard some groaning and a sound on the wall. So obviously something is happening. Someone's being held against their will. Excellent. We have some power wine. So who should we give that to? That looks like a very good idea to give that to somebody with low attack. Could give it to our main character. Could wait to give it to Albright too. Albright will be level 3 or 4. Grace doesn't need it. Mascarin doesn't need it. Hayward, Denturus, Darien. Probably should give it to Darien because it looks like he's gonna need it. Items, use. Power wine, Darien. Yeah, nice. Didn't even make the... just kind of assumed it would be a nice roll. Those things, all the items that you can use on people to increase their stats have a base roll of 1 and a maximum roll of 4. So I happen to be... I lucked out twice. I got 4 HP on the HP bread for Darien the first time, and 4 attack just now. So that's pretty awesome. Really stoked. I didn't even think about it, didn't bother saving, just kind of went, let's just use it now and get it done with. If I get 1 point, I get 1 point. Quit stalling. Get to the middle room. Everybody get to the chopper. Oh, you are glad to see me. Hey, wait a second. You have a purple eye. Huh. Yes, how long can you continue to have a charade? It depends on how many people are playing the game, I guess, really. Familiar from Espinia, just part of the Republic. That's not cool. They know where we're from. The translations on these names weren't perfect. They're supposed to actually be different. I think his name is supposed to be more like Golem. Goriate, I don't know. It just doesn't sit well with me. Golem of the Wind also doesn't sit well with me though, so we'll go with Goriate. Nice and snide. Very diplomatic. Extremely diplomatic man. His name, he introduced himself as Fail, I think. Which is pretty close to the original Japanese name. They're all actually quite similar. What could the Emperor be? Oh, this is the Lodge of Bulzome? Well, they took it over anyway, so it definitely is their lodge now. The owners are not too impressed, obviously. We talked to them downstairs. High Priest Fail. Hmm. Kalama. Hmm. Fail, yeah. Good time for them to get out of here. Because we're about to uncover something huge. Doo doo doo. Look who it is! Dumrick! Haha! So now Goriot will activate his special, the wind power, and tornado them out of the room. We've outlived our welcome. Those high priests are all extremely high level, and the monks downstairs are getting ready to mobilize. Yeah, there were only 3 of us here. We didn't bring the other 2 girls, so we would be pretty hard pressed to make it out of here alive if we attacked somebody. Everybody follow his lead. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Except when we go back in here, there will be no monks. I mean, not literally. There are no monks down here. In fact, we should probably finish checking this room out. Now that there are no monks down here. There might actually be something in this cupboard. Oh, it feels cool. That's too bad. Nothing there, and this box had nothing. How about over here? Oh yeah, this room. You can't even get to the cupboard anyway, so. No, nothing still. I don't think we tried to check that room. Oh well. All the rooms are unoccupied. They were just occupied. Huh. Doesn't make any sense. They're just, all of a sudden they're gone. Where did they go? What could have possibly happened to make them all disappear? Oh, but still there's that sound there. We missed the knock? Is it not back? Oh, they're gone. They disappeared. Where could they have possibly gone? Oh right, they're magical. They probably just flew away. I think they called her Des Helen. Heron. Des Heron was the name they gave her, but her name should be Death Helen. I don't like the change. Her name is Basanda. She's not very good either. She's a really nasty person, but you only fight a couple of the high priests in this one. Scenario 2 and Scenario 3 have more involvement with the high priest. You're really only dealing with one of them, I think, for the most part, and that's Fail. I don't remember if you even get into combat with the other ones. Of course, we looked at Fail stats earlier when he was pretending to be King Benetram. That was who was outside of that map. We saw he had like 120 hit points and 90 MP. It was pretty cool. Good thing he just ran away from us. He would have murdered the crap out of our bodies. But no, he ran away to get to the town here, and even though we tried to follow him as hard as we couldn't even reach him. The game does not give you enough movement. Which is good programming on the programmer's part, because you feel like you're kind of chasing him, and then all of a sudden you get ambushed from behind. That was a fun fight yesterday. Was that yesterday still? Yeah, I think that was part of yesterday's video. So, hopefully you guys will go back and watch that. Really enjoying playing through this time, for sure. Insane difficulty is a little bit better than the other difficulties in that you actually have to prepare your guys. You have to think about what you're doing. You can't just make things happen willy-nilly. So we got the power one from there, last input here, and then this is the part where people lose their minds. There's an invisible wall here. There is. That leads to Bernard, who actually doesn't happen to be playable this time around. Not for us. Will you untie the ropes? Yes, we will untie the ropes. Absolutely without question. He's a great archer to have for Scenario 2. If you don't rescue him here, you don't get him. We didn't capture him. He doesn't believe us. Either way, he's not going to join us. His morals are too high for that. He's too much of a hero. Which is fine. He can go off and be all proud and whatnot and take a weird shortcut back that we can't take because he can walk through walls and we can't. Hey, look, another potion. Fantastic. Not that I need any of those for a while. There will be a point in time where you have more than 40 HP. Not a whole lot more than 40. 40 is near the game's max for characters. You can easily have 60 on some characters by the end of the game because some characters just gain hit points after hit points. One of the best examples of that is the werewolf. Yep, that's right. You get a werewolf. His name's Frank. He's a pretty awesome character. And you don't get him until, I think, chapter 3 or 4. But he's pretty good once you finally find him and get him. As you might be chapter 5 you get him. I don't remember. I'll know him when I see him because he's wandering around town and all you have to do to capture him on your team is push him all the way back to your base. He complains the whole way, but you just push him back into your base and then he joins your team. It's probably one of the easiest hidden characters in the game to miss. The other one that's really easy to miss is there's a ninja hiding in a pillar, and if you don't go talk to that pillar either during the combat or immediately after the combat, you'll miss out on that character. But I think if you don't talk to it during combat, you don't get an option to talk to it after combat. Something like that. I think you have to do both. We'll see. I can't remember exactly. We'll get there pretty soon. Oh. Well, I thought I would go out your sewer drain, because I'm trying to get out of town. Huh, alright then. Well, I guess I won't use your sewer drain to get out. As you can see in his yard, there's actually a well there. We're gonna hop down that well. But I forgot, first we have to go and actually talk to Albright, who's now standing where Toby was. Oh. You'd think he's using some binoculars here or something to check that out. It kind of looks like he is, but I think he's actually just holding his axe, to be honest. However, you can pretty much see the battlefield from here, because the game is kind of disproportionate that way. You could tell that the spiral soldiers were much taller than the trees and mountains and stuff, and yet the mountains and trees all looked fairly flat compared to them. Joys of 2D, 3D game making. You can only do so much with what you've got. So we know that he's from the Proton Army, and the Proton Army was stationed was stationed near Railhead. So he failed to stay with his team, got separated, ended up around Dwarf's Hill, helped Toby out. And now that we know that Toby's been helped from a specific place and brought back to a certain place, we get Albright on our team, and then with Albright on our team, we get to go through the secret passage. Super easy, super simple. He joins us at level 3. Okay, so they'll both be level 3. Decent HP for low level characters. Decent attack. Look at that defense. He's actually even faster than Hayward, which won't last long, because Hayward's actually usually much better at agility than him. So it's kind of nice that he starts with a higher base agility than I thought. Bad luck, he doesn't have the best luck. So he won't be critting or counterattacking nearly as much as other characters in the game until we get his luck stat up. If you can get it up to around a 7, some things permanently increase luck and some things are temporary boosts like rings and whatnot. But if you can get him a permanent boost up to about 6, he'll be able to crit and counterattack more often. And when I say critical, I do also mean that they're special attacks, because the special attack is technically a critical hit, just 1 step or 2 steps or 3 steps further. When you have special weapons later in the game, you also get a 4th step beyond that, so if it's a level 1 special attack that's going off, they crit and then got a crit again, essentially. They upgraded their critical, because the system does a set of rolls for that. There's 1 roll for your attack. You're either missing, hitting, or critting. If you're critting, then you're critting to the 1st degree, which is just a critical hit. 2nd degree is special attack level 1, then so on and so forth. It's kind of neat. It's a nice little combat system. I wish there was more details about exactly how it worked, but to my knowledge, that's really what happens. I think that's what's supposed to go on anyway. You after you learn your first special attack, you no longer really critical hit anymore. That becomes special 1, and then, as I said, you can get up to 3 specials on your own with the weapon that you have, and then the special weapons themselves, the unique weapons that you can make later on in the game, they also give you super attack at some point. Oh, pardon me there. So one of the ones that I really like is the Death Lance, but because I've used these weapons for these people so often, I'm gonna switch it up a bunch this game time. Especially playing Insane, you really want to switch as early as possible to different weapons. You can even see the reflection right now of the different weapon. I gave Darian a knife. He's got a shorter weapon here. Normally he would have what looks like a giant sword. Still has a shield though, because that's part of his character sprite. There it looks like a normal sized sword, but it's really not going to be. He's going to be using a dagger. When people get promoted, they get a costume change too. That'll be at level 10. So we're about halfway there with some of these people. One of the things Masculine could do here is waste 5 MP to kill both of those barrels. It would give her 10 XP, which would probably be the most XP she'll get off of any one monster in this encounter. But I think I'm just going to actually have her move over there and attack them with melee attacks instead, since they're just barrels. So it's a huge waste of MP. We encounter some new monsters in this fight. Trolls, snipers, actually quite a few new monsters. Trolls, scavens, sorry, trolls. There's actual trolls later in the game. Scavens are kind of troll-like. Don't look very cool. Well, they look kind of like goblins. I would call them a goblin if they were to call them anything else, really. 16 attack, 15 defense, or 15 attack, 16 HP. 12 defense, 9 agility, 2 luck. So they don't have very good luck, so they won't be critting very often. That's nice. But they go pretty fast. And then we get worms. Worms are probably one of the lowest agility monsters we get to fight. They have 3 eyes, huge mouth, and later in the game they get much scarier. These enemies scale throughout the game and get much tougher, and eventually you get to fight giant worms, queen worms. It's pretty gross, but at the same time can be a lot of fun. They become giants too. These ones are actually normal sized when you're fighting them, even though the spread on the screen is fairly large, tall. It's about the same height as the scaven. These worms are about the same height as the scaven. Later on, the queen worms are like the size of a dragon, even though they stay this size on the screen. It's just part of the way the game runs things. Makes it easier to have the monster look like something in one spot and be something different in another spot. You notice it a few times. For the most part though, most of the guys are fairly accurate. The snipers here have little eye slits. You can see their red beady eyes. And again, they're not super strong here either. Bats are the same as they were before, I think. No, they're a little stronger here too, I think. They're 13 attack versus 11. And the treasure chest up here. 2 more barrels over here. You don't have to beat the scaven to win. You have to destroy everything on the screen. So we will have to spread out because enemies spawn from from over here where this rock is. Enemies spawn from over where these rocks are. So you gotta put a guy on each of those 2 spots. The guy on that spot. And then destroy everything on the screen. Or you have to continually destroy everything until everything's dead. We're not strong enough to destroy everything until everything's dead. That strategy is really hard to do at this level. If we were 4 or 5 more levels higher, it would be more possible, but we're not going to. Instead, we're going to put Darian with the other 2 and Grace up here, and we're going to send Mascarin and Dentaurus ahead down the other path. This way we have the healing. Dentaurus, I think, has an item or 2 that heals himself as well, so he should be okay. And Mascarin also has healing items on her, so they'll be alright. He's going to go around the barrels. No, she actually can attack one of them for him. Either of them, even. She'll attack this one this time. I was thinking about letting him attack one too so they'd stay close together, but I think I like having him further out to distract the sniper here. Because he won't take much damage. He's level 5, he's kind of tanky. I remember, because I think these guys have a range 3, if I'm not mistaken. No, just a range 2. Which is dangerous enough, but it's not that bad. I thought he had a range 3, so I was worried about him attacking me from a long ways away. Didn't happen, didn't happen. So now I actually have to fight Darien as often as I can. Because I want him to level up his knife and be quite good with it. So we need him to be in as much combat as possible, even on the receiving end of fights, because sometimes you counterattack. And even if you only counterattack once every 4 or 5 or 20 times you're attacked, a little bit is better than none. Counterattacking grants you XP and combat XP for your weapon, so that's why I want to do that as often as I can. It's too bad Hayward's back a little ways from here. He didn't get to attack this turn. Could have really used him on that bat there. As you saw, Albright's accuracy isn't that great either yet. He missed that bat as well. And we don't want that antidote herb. It doesn't really help us with anything. If I put him on this side, that sniper still can't really shoot me. I'm mainly trying to get to the sniper without getting attacked by him. Massacring can probably... Oh yeah, there he goes. That's 2. So when I change him over to Halberd, which I'm going to do eventually anyway, he might already be a level 3 Lance user, which is okay. He can hang on to those skills for the rest of his life and never use them again. I am wearing a house coat today. You might have noticed I'm wearing that over top of my clothing. It is really cold. I live in a place called Calgary, Alberta, and it is currently about -15 or -25 outside, depending on the wind chill. And yeah, it's cold in the house, so I'm doing my best to stay warm. We had a fire upstairs going that helped out, and the furnace is going full blast. It's not too bad down here right now, but I am in a basement recording this basically underground, so that doesn't make it any warmer either. That should heal him to full probably. It might heal him one less. Yeah, nice. 16. Yeah, that should heal people for up to 18 points, I think. What does it say? 17, yeah. So either one of those will give you back 17 hit points, so give or take a little bit. We can just sit here like this for this round anyway. We'll kill a bat now that Hayward's in range. That should give him some decent XP still too. 20! Yeah, that's not bad. Considering what we have been seeing, 20 is not bad right now. I would take 20. I don't really like it when people get 8. Especially not when they're working hard trying to get a couple of bucks under their belt. Yeah, he probably should finish him off. Oh, yeah, see, just a single crit. So, Lance Charge. He did learn Supercharge, so he has 2 levels of crit there available. Oh yes, everybody attack him. Nice, good dodge. This is kind of what I was hoping for. I was hoping everybody would attack me. Again, right, we want him to kind of whittle away at people. I was hoping to have Albright go here instead. Um, so I could still keep her here and heal to him. Or, since he has 16 HP, I can wait. Is anybody, she's not carrying any items, okay, so can't do that. Wooden rod, no accessory. So she doesn't have anything I can really utilize outside of that. I could put her in melee combat with the Scaven too, but that's probably not a good idea. I mean, she would gain a huge amount of hit point or attack power being right next to him, but it's not really the way to do things, in my honest opinion. This should be fun though. I've seen archers counterattack other archers. It doesn't happen often, but it has happened. Usually it's my archers counterattacking their archers, but you know. I've seen other things happen too, where the enemy archer kind of attacks you, and it kind of sucks. Who am I kidding? It sucks a lot. You expect to do a lot of damage to an archer, and all of a sudden out of nowhere you take 10 points yourself. What? No! She's way overpowered for this area, which is great because it means I don't have to worry about her dying. There, supercharge. 1 and 2. Nice. So he gets some speed, defeating a brand new enemy. Oh yeah, axes are weak against swords. Gotta love that periodic table. There is an element table in play in this game. It's the obvious things aren't super obvious. Claws are strong against poison, for instance. So there's one instance where you'll be using Frank against the Poison Queen because he hits a lot harder than most other people. But that sort of thing, it's not necessary to know to do well at the game. Well, yeah, it is. You have to know it to do well at the game. But in order to just play the game, you don't really need to know it. Right now I'm using a dagger, which is only strong if it's mithril or something other kind, because there is one in the game that's a mithril dagger, mithril dirk. That one is strong against things that are weak to specific metals. Certain types of unholy monsters and stuff are weak to the metals, so it's strong against a couple of undead and things like that. But a lot of the elements are pretty obvious otherwise, you know, swords, speed axes, which beat halberds. Halberds beat swords. You know, that combat triangle that you see all the time. And then light elements and dark elements beat each other up, and yeah, archers destroy things that fly. I'm really good at destroying certain other types of slower moving machinery and stuff. There's little tanks that you can get. Well, you don't get them, but the enemy gets little tanks eventually, and they shoot arbalest bolts, and dragons are strong against those. For instance. Oh, I didn't see that coming. Huh. Well, I guess we'll be leaving this combat sooner than I thought. So, I'm gonna finish attacking this guy with magic. I should have used the level 2 the first time. Not that I'm saving any MP by doing that, it just would have saved me some time. It wouldn't have fought me back so well. I didn't realize it was going to do so much damage. Oh, nice. You finally learned an attack move. So, we're going to go up here. I'm going to go and get this item in this chest first still before retreating. I just believe that that's the way to do things. But we are going to have to retreat now because we lost O'Bright. I'm not going to go through the combat without him. He needs to level up. That means he has to be fighting stuff. Oh, see, knife is level 2. Or knife is able to attack at range. Keep forgetting that he was able to attack at range. So I should have set that up better. He should have defeated the troll and would have gotten level 4 already. The troll is Scaven. You have lots of hit point damage. 5. You're gonna take more. Oh yeah, and she's got a rod, which is strong against the poison as well, because they're technically poison. I forgot about her elemental advantage plus his attack bonus. So, the reason Grace did so much damage there is when she stands next to our main character Darian, he gives her +7 attack. And that's just as a friend. You start off as allies, and you become partners, and you become friends. And then you become, I think there's one more, and then a partner. And then you become trusted, and then you can become soulmates. So there's like 5 levels of friendship in the game, which is nice. You can move here, and you can attack the sniper. Yeah, let's get rid of the sniper. He also gains +7 attack. I think the +5 attack is a part or a friend. He's a first level with him, so he gains a bunch of attack too. Counter attack? No. Ouch. Yeah, worms are pretty dangerous. I keep forgetting how dangerous they are because so many of my guys are so strong already, but... Oh. That was bad. I forgot about that, to watch out for him for that. She's not close enough to help him. So we're not getting that chest this time, probably, because I'm not going to be able to attack. And I'm going to have to use this one on myself if I don't stay paralyzed. Okay, cool. That was lucky. When you're paralyzed, you have a 50-50 chance of not being able to act in combat. And technically, healing yourself with a fruit is technically still combat. So, yeah, that could have been very bad. What kind of benefits does Hayward give me? Increased critical. Oh, yeah. Okay, very nice. So I have plus... So I'm saying it 6 luck... 6 luck and increased critical standing here. That's very nice. I should be able to kill you. No. Had I critted, I would have been able to kill him for sure. Luckily, I have a healer right here, and she's got lots of MP left, so she's just going to heal him back up to full. That's great. Wonderful. Like I said, we're still going to stay here and level up Hayward, even though Albright's dead. We can afford to level up Hayward until Hayward's level 5. So if he hits that, great. Then we'll retreat. If he doesn't hit that, we get that treasure chest first. Great. Then we'll deal with that after. Worm's movement puts him just in range. So if I go right here, and then put him right here. Nice, 2 in a row. 50% chance, beat it both times. That's what we like to see, no longer paralyzed. Now we should be able to deal with that worm no problem, because Masquerade's spell will take care of most of its HP. And then the bat's just a bat. So because his range benefits here, for attacking this, we will just leave him here and attack again. He did very little damage, but when Grace attacks him, and she will, do enough damage that he's one shot away from being killed. Unfortunately, they don't have a good range benefit there, so we'll just attack him here. Yeah, there we go. Nice and easy. How close is he to 5 now? Oh. Yes. 58 XP. And you are 50 XP into level 4. You'll be level 8 before this is done. I don't mind. My first character that I usually promote is almost always Grace. I find that she just gains XP after XP after XP because all I do is heal all day long. That's one of the strategies I find that works really well in this game, is to get her promoted before anybody else, and then you can pretty much handle a lot of situations that would be a lot tougher any other way. I should use the level 2. You have 18 HP. Yeah, there we go. Nice and roasted. And actually worth some XP because it's the new monster on the map. Right, forgot about that too. Should have traded to get some of your items, I guess. We're gonna stand you next to each other though, because your partner's already, so that helps out. That bat should come over, it's close enough, I would think. We're gonna move Darian up to there. Oh, just give me a sec here. Sorry about that noise if you can hear it in the background there, somebody's shoveling a sidewalk or something. Live in Canada, right, so everywhere there's cold everywhere. Yeah. So much fun. We got another snowfall. It's supposed to be spring in a couple days. Snowed yesterday, it's supposed to snow today, it's supposed to snow tomorrow, and also Sunday. So yeah, let's hear it for snow. Where's that bat's range? Oh yeah, it can easily come over and attack either one of us. So I'm gonna put her there and use that. I have no problem using items in this version, this difficulty. I used to have an issue with it. I used to say only my healer can use items, this and that, this and that. But I found that if I do that, then it really limits my ability to beat the game, because characters die too easily. There's too much damage spread out if you don't actually have secondary and third characters healing. You really need to have more than one source of healing, especially even early in the game. A lot of video games are like this now, where you need to have multiple healers. If you don't, it really becomes hard to play. So I don't mind using items on anybody for anybody. It hasn't bothered me in quite a while now. Again, we're gonna have Grace come up and attack the Skaven because she gets that attack bonus. Does so much damage. And then we're gonna have Hayward come over and try to stand in the worm's way. Yeah, well, we'll try this out. This should give him a partnership with Grace at least. Pretty soon it will. Good thing that worm's not focused on Grace. I mean, it would do a lot more damage to her probably, but its focus being there means it's very easy for us to kind of set and forget about. Because it's doing damage to Darian, so Darian can just stand there and attack back. And everybody can gather around him and do massive extra damage. Yeah, so he has the option, stand here, or stand here. I think I'm going to go for the critical chance. I like the idea of being able to crit. Yeah, see? Nice. He crit there. 6 damage. Good idea. So on the other side of him, trying to stay within maneuverability range. The 10 HP will give her more than 10 XP, I think. This will be close to her level. Oh, trusted already. Wow. That is actually amazing. Plus 10 attack. So broken. And that can be activated at range 2 now. So they don't have to stand next to each other for that to be a condition for them. Yeah, plus 2 luck. Oh man. So he probably gets 15 or 20 magic defense and +2 luck. That's so broken. I'm gonna stand him in front of Grace, just in case he decides he wants to attack Grace instead. He won't change targets, he'll go after Darian, but you never know, sometimes. Oh no, he's paralyzed. Again, 50% chance to not be able to act in combat, which at this point sounds like a lot, but it's not that bad. She's not going to move very far because Dan Terrace will have to try and catch up to her after he gets this item out of the chest. And if she's too far away, she won't be able to help him if something happens there. So when we get out of combat, I'm going to try to remember to hand Albright the steel bracer after I revive him, because he could really use it. Oh no, I guess this still has to be in range. I thought trusted was where you could be at 2 range. But I'm guessing not, because it's not going to go off there. Yeah, because you can tell it gets larger when they get close to going off with each other, right? So I guess soulmate is range 2. But trusted means that if I die, she won't hate me. She'll still want to be my friend. So that's still pretty good. This time around, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast Antidote on him. Even though he attacked last turn and we're confident that he's good at attacking, we don't want that paralysis to get in the way. And the monster will attack him if it's still alive. It'll attack him for another 10 points. It's probably going to die now, but it would attack him for another 10 points. And unless it crits, it won't kill him. So we have that room and that space. Plus the confidence that Hayward was going to kill him. That we can just wait that spot out. Now we've pretty much done everything we need to, so we can one more round of being up here. We're going to just slowly work our way back though. She's going to come up behind because she's out of magic, so we have a slight problem here. It's a good problem to have. She's level 8 plus, which is what we want. We want her to be really high level. If she gets up to level 10 or 11, I'm going to promote her as soon as she gets to either one of those in combat. And the sooner we can do that, the sooner we can pretty much keep everybody else leveling up. But in order to do any more this time around, we're going to have to retreat now pretty quickly. So now that we've gotten that for him, I'm confident that we're probably set for retreating. How much magic power do you have left? 5? Oh, and 99 XP? That's awesome. So you're going to go attack that bat next turn. Level up, and then you'll be on your way as well. Or maybe not the bat, because it's right next to the boss. But she's going to go attack something. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll have her go attack those 2 barrels. Can you reach them from here with your spell? No. Next turn. So normally, yeah, when you're done fighting on the 2 sides, you come straight through. We're going to apply a different strategy the next time we come back here, because we are retreating still. Just not yet. Because we want to blow up those 2 barrels. That's a nice thing to do. For yourself, get some extra XP and some more items. I don't know what the items are going to be, but if either one of them is a potion, I'll take it over whatever thing she has. If it's not a potion, it won't matter. It'll tell you too in combat when you receive items. But this is the main focus for killing those barrels, is to get the 3 more MP on her. 1 more point of agility, so she goes even more before everybody else. Agility 12. So ridiculously broken. It's so good, but so bad at the same time. So now we're ready to retreat. And I wouldn't be doing this on Insane unless I absolutely needed Albright for the next fight. And it's not that I need Albright specifically, I said I need to have enough fighters on the field so that I can put people inside the cave and not lose being inside the cave. Because in the cave, well, it's not a cave, it's a ruin, but inside the ruin, there's a really particular item that I would love to have. Unfortunately, we're already at an hour. I didn't beat that level, but what we will do is, because I'm supposed to be done this stream after about an hour every day, so I will happily end it here, but I'm going to first go back to that spot, go back to combat, and I will save in combat, that way we're ready to go for next session. And hope everybody watching this has a wonderful day. It's so good to have some viewers and to have some membership and have people actually like what you're putting up. So all that's pretty awesome. I'm super impressed with Twitch and the services provided so far. This is an amazing opportunity of a lifetime to be able to play video games online for people, especially video games that I happen to love and that have stuck with me over the years. I bought this game when it came out in 1996 and happily play it again every couple of years. I actually recently started getting into the Shining Force 3 translation project, hosted by Shining Force Central. If you want to go over to their website and check that out, that's awesome. They do an amazing job of putting together a translation project which allows people to run Scenario 3, Scenario 2, and the Premium Disc in English. All games that were sold only in Japan and actually to this day are hard to get a hold of. I happen to have Scenario 2 and 3 in my possession. Do not have the Premium Disc yet, but someday I hope to pick it up. It's a little expensive to buy it right now. The only place I can seem to be able to find it is on eBay, and for the most part goes for $250 or $300, so not too impressed by that at the moment, but maybe someday I'll find it for cheap somewhere else online, and that'll be the day I pick it up. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching the stream. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye for now.